Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 3 down, 3 down. 17's mine.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. Second and 5. To throw, Kaepernick. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
On 3rd down, Patterson, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Cordero Patterson, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Falcons have taken the early lead. No, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively, because to me, they look like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They give the Chubb out of the gun, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And that's to the former Falcon, Austin Hooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. This one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper. And down inside the 15 he goes.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early. Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
They'll run with Chubb. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
They'll try again with Chubb. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. So it's 3rd and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more?
Yeah, 33. Shit.
They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. They'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They'll run. Here's Janovich, the fullback. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Andy Janovich, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
On second down now, it's Patterson, and room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. Shotgun handoff to Patterson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Kaepernick now on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
On second down, it's Patterson. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Throwing on 1st down is Kaepernick. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man complete. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you're probably going to have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well. Showed it right there. Kaepernick now on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Kaepernick. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done. It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing. Johnny Unitas? And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember I was going for the age. I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt. On 3rd and 2. And finding the tight end Hooper. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. The best multitasker in the business, the coach. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion? Ten.
Throw left side. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 40. Handoff comes to Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Mayfield hands to Chubb on the draw. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Mayfield down. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
45, 45, 45, Mike, 45. Focus, defense, focus. Check back, 45.
Now Mayfield. This is caught. Touchdown. Jarvis Landry. As the first half is winding down, and the Browns have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Williams now on the return. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Final shot before half for Kaepernick. Trying to lay one up deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. Gets past one man, and he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Second and 4. Kaepernick now to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They find some open field here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st down, Kaepernick. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. He completes it to Ridley. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 34 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Patterson will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
They'll try again. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Cordero Patterson. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Falcons are an extra point away from moving out in front. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago. And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving. A second down throw for Mayfield. Being chased, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, 96 yards. And the Browns have moved out in front. But Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it. And we saw evidence of that right there. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And they will take a 7-point lead. Falcons 13. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They trail 20-13 our scores. They have it 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now a play fake. Kaepernick. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On play action, it's Kaepernick. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
2nd and 2. Play action. Now Kaepernick. They'll roll him out. Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. To throw, it's Kaepernick. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up fourth. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And again, it's Chubb. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Browns on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Mayfield to throw it. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Let's go defense. Let's go defense.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. They'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now Chubb running right. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. The Browns send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Kaepernick now on 1st down. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Kaepernick. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. That's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
And this one too low.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Kaepernick going to throw. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Kaepernick now on 1st down. And he whips that one incomplete there.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Throwing now is Kaepernick. And this one's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. Flush to his right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Kaepernick, got to have this one. The 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to 4th down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Kaepernick. Toward the pylon, caught. And he is out of bounds here. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And the Browns are able to cover this one up past midfield. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
The Browns' drive about to get started. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They run it again with Chubb. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on third. Mayfield. He'll buy some time right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount...
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by John Johnson. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. Such a costly interception, nearly a pick-6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling. Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop. Did you trust the forecast ahead of